Hi everyone, I'm Fatimah Benta Gamse, a screenwriter and producer, and you're listening to Sceneful Sundays.
Did Nigeria break your spirit?
Listen, sometimes not that reliable, but it's the voice of the people sometimes.
You know you're a good doctor if people don't keep dying.
A podcast that highlights storytellers and filmmakers in Nollywood.
Because I don't want anybody to drag me if you see me doing another Lolaro. Just now I was broke.
I go to audition for a project and it's full of these guys from Big Brother. I'm like, I went to drama school now. I have masters in acting now.
Do you have 1 million followers?
Here we talk about everything from career ups and downs to personal gist and all the juicy things that go into the world of storytelling as we know it.
Hi guys. Say hi guys. Remind me of
Welcome
YouTube.
to my YouTube channel.
Okay, welcome back. You're listening to Sceneful Sundays with Fatimah, and today I have Ifeanyi Barbara Chidi, known to the world as Fifi.
Yes, everybody calls me Fifi.
Yes, everybody calls her Fifi, but like she actually has a name, like a full name. So hi Fifi.
Hi, Fatima.
How are you?
I'm good. You must really like my face today because, you are smiling at me. So that's great.
Yes, I'm smiling. Don't you tell me you're good. How are you doing? How is your day?
Do you really, when you ask people, how are you? Do you really want to know the answer?
See,
Because if I sit down here, turn to a therapy session.
It's fine. Because last year I realized people like don't like saying how they are. I mean, when I ask, I actually want you, because when you ask me, I will tell you how I actually am. So I want you to tell me, how are you doing?
I think we're used to saying fine.
Yeah, even when you're not fine, and that's not right.
Am I going to admit here that I'm not fine? Do you think?
You should say what you're... I won't say what you're comfortable with, but don't lie.
I feel neutral, bland.
Okay.
There are no feelings, not of happiness or sadness. I'm just there. I think that's what we'll say. We'll usually say, I'm just there. So let's go with I'm just there.
Okay, because I think this destroys the next question. I was going to say, are you feeling inspired? Okay, everybody, Fifi is a writer. I'm sure by now you will read the episode, this thing, and you see what she does. But just to lead this question, I wanted to ask, are you feeling inspired by anything lately?
This is a terrible question. And it's a terrible time to ask it. Because lately I have been feeling largely uninspired. And that's because of personal stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, but I feel like I have gotten to a place where I'm basically burnt out. I know people talk about burnout all the time, and I never thought I would experience it as badly as I'm experiencing it now. I just want to lie down. I just want to lie down and not participate in life. Can I just lie down on a beach somewhere?
3 days off life.
Yes, I deserve it. I deserve to turn off life. I wish there was a switch where you could just turn off or say, you know what? I don't want to participate. Can I just exist?
Like a coma.
Yes. Time out.
I know I've overused that meme of requiring a coma for 3 days.
Yeah,
but
just
it's
time out. Let me just lie down for 3 days. I don't have to use my brain to do anything. I don't have to actively participate. A break. I'm in need of one.
Hello.
Thank you.
So you're a writer.
Yes, I am.
Okay, I think you should tell us yourself. What do you like?
What do I do?
Yes.
I make up stories that people like for some reason. I don't know why. There's something wrong with them.
Please.
I make up stories that people like and enjoy. I lie for a living. I tell you stories about people that do not exist.
She's lying right now.
I tell you stories about people that do not exist, and it becomes a thing. People start arguing about characters that were made up. I'm like, they're not real, guys. Can you stop? But yes, I tell stories for a living. It's fun. It's been fun.
Have you always been a storyteller? Because I know you're an academic. Guys, she has a big brain. She has degrees. She's a mathematician.
Kai.
She's big brain. But where did the creative side, where did it fly out from? Have you always been a storyteller?
Is this where I say from my mother's womb?
Yes. Everybody has that story. I've been writing before.
Yes, I
I
was writing in my mother's womb. No. So yes, I used to make up. I used to lie a lot when I was a child, and I felt it was a trip to tell lies and have people believe. I used to lie for no reason. Like, my best friend fell for it.
Let me
most.
just pause. We're not encouraging children to lie.
No, we're not encouraging children to lie. Lying
Unless
is
it
bad,
leads
guys.
to a career.
Yes.
Good luck.
If you want to toe the path of lying to have a successful writing career, I mean it works. So yes. But it started from lying. I'd make up stories about people and nothing harmful, just stories like, oh, this person said and that person said. And my friends used to chop it.
Mm-hmm.
They used to eat it up. And I was like, oh God, is that there's something wrong with me? Or your life is so boring that you're listening to this thing that you're just taking it. So yes, I used to lie a lot. And then from lying, the usual, writing in diaries, making up stories. I used to read a lot. So I think it was the reading. My father used to sit me down and I used to read like usual Enid Blyton books and all the usuals. Nancy Drews, the Secret Sevens, Famous Fives. Well, there was this little space. So after primary 5, my parents wanted me to go straight to uni. I say uni. Hey, God.
Well, big brain energy.
I saying, Sheldon. My parents wanted me to go straight to secondary school. But there was arguing about what secondary school I should go to. So I spent more time at home than I should have. And I was bored because I'd read all the books, quote unquote, in the house. I'd read all. My mother used to hide M&Bs. And by 8, I had read them. Like she used to hide all her. But I had read all the books in the house. Or quote unquote, the books in the house. So my father used to sit me down and give me a book in the morning. And the first book he gave me was Jeffrey Archer's Cain and Abel. And he said, oh, by the time I get back from work, tell me what this book is about.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's how I became a fast reader because I used to want to read. So that was my first big girl book. And from there, I like the love for all these complicated stories. If you've read Cain and Abel, you know that this is because there was Cain and Abel, there was Shall We Tell the President? So like it was like a series.
Yeah.
Okay, so because they are Cain and Abel's child, they told the story of so all this complicated. I loved the complication of it, drama. Like there was so much drama. I was like, yes, this is it. So I guess that was when I fell in love with the drama that I write now. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So how did you explore that love for drama?
To be honest, I think there's a problem with our education system because when you're in school, nobody's thinking, oh, I'm going to be a writer.
Yeah.
It's not a thing. It's not even a thing you can consider.
Yeah.
So yes, I wanted to be a computer scientist.
Why are you hiding your face? Say it.
I wanted to be a computer scientist. I think there's a problem with our educational system because when I was in secondary school, it felt like the smart kids went to science class.
Yeah, they always arranged them in that.
Exactly.
For
The
no
smart
reason.
kids went to science class. The not so smart kids went to art class. Now, if I was normal and I knew that this was the path I wanted to go, I would have gone to art class. But it wasn't a thing I could bring up at home that art class, because art class felt like the class for the dumbos.
Yeah.
So naturally. And then my brother and sister ahead of me had gone to science class, they had excelled. So who am I to now say I don't want to do science? Nobody. So I went and I did science class and I wanted to be a computer scientist. But JAM did their thing and I ended up in mathematics, which was a subject I hated in secondary school, but they gave me admission, so I did mathematics.
They gave you admission because you know it.
They gave me admission, so I did mathematics. And with mathematics, I wasn't really considering, once you're stuck. I wasn't really considering anything artsy anymore. So I got a job.
With mathematics?
Yes. In a firm, stockbroking firm. So I was doing that. And then one chance encounter. Hallelujah. I met someone who was writing for a living. Like you were making money from writing. And that was a thing for me. I was like, wait. If I can do this, what's this with me crunching numbers? No. I don't want that. So yeah, when I got introduced, And they said, oh, script writing is actually a thing in Nigeria. People are making money from it. I was like, okay, let me try this out. And that was in 2008.
Okay.
But it didn't really go well at
How?
the beginning.
What
'cause
happened?
I was broke a lot.
Wait, oh, so you left the job for writing?
Yeah, I quit my
Hey,
job.
for writing.
I quit twice. So I quit once for writing. It didn't go well, so I went back to school. That's why there are other degrees.
What did you study?
Hey God.
Well, you think I just let you be like flying? No.
Okay, so if we want to count. Hey. Okay, so I have a degree in mathematics and statistics. I have
Okay.
a degree in journalism. Yes.
So, like,
when I ran away from
mathematics
when
and
I ran
journalism.
away, when I ran away from working in the stockbroking firm and I tried to write and it didn't really go well. I was like, okay, maybe I should get a degree in the arts. And if I can't be a script writer, maybe
yeah, you can
know,
write somewhere else.
I can either write in the newspaper or sit in front of work on radio or work on TV.
You want to work on it?
Yeah, I really wanted to work on radio. Like
See?
I wanted to. Yes.
But
I
you didn't want
did.
to answer a question.
Why are you exposing me now?
Okay.
I wanted to work on radio. I did. So I was like, okay, let's do journalism
Mm.
and then see what happens. So I have a degree in journalism. But before the degree in journalism, I have a degree in I think they call it media design.
Oh, what's that?
Is a thing. So that's where I learned stuff like video editing and all
okay.
of that. Then after journalism, I have a master's in media.
4
Why are you
degrees.
counting?
three degrees,
It's
one
just
master.
three. It's just three
Just-
and one. It's just and one
just.
master's, and I haven't finished. I'm still going back to school.
Yes.
It's a thing.
Okay.
I love school.
So where was the moment where you realized, okay, because you left your job and you went back to work again, but where was that moment where you realized, okay, I can actually do writing as a full-time job? What was that moment for you?
I don't think I ever had a moment where I think it was until I was doing it that I was like, okay, this can be a thing. I didn't have a moment before. It was we're taking a huge risk. And there were voices, all those voices, your parents. My mother was constant, like, go back to work. Oh, you can you want to write? You can do the two. I mean, like, why are you quitting because after my master's, I got a job in an oil. I got a job in an oil and gas firm, and I wasn't there for up to a year before I quit. Damn you, James Omokwe.
Why? That's true. His name.
Because James used to come to my office to say, you don't belong here. Yes, you're wearing your suit, you're wearing your shirt. This is not it. Let's take risks together. Quit your job. Let's go produce
Oil
something.
and gas company,
Yes,
guys.
that's
Quit
why
your-
James. It's like, quit your job. Let's go produce something. So James talked a lot, and I was like, oh, all my friends are taking risks, some people aren't working, and this is not. I loved because I got in the oil and gas firm. What I was doing was writing and speaking to people, doing interviews. I was actually even supposed to like travel and stuff. So I liked it, but I didn't love it.
Okay.
So I thought telling stories was something I was going to love. So yes, I quit. And then we worked on, I think it was Dear Avalon we worked on.
What year was this?
This was 2014. Either 2014 or 2015.
Okay.
Then we did Danny's One Chance. So I was producing at first before I now went like into writing proper. I think in 2015 when we did Hush.
That was your first
was- no.
professional?
No, I'm getting them muddled up. Before Hush, there was Dowry and there was some football show. I can't remember the team. Yes, so there was the team. It was a show that was shot in one of the riverine states. I can't remember.
Did it air?
it didn't air on I think terrestrial TV
Okay.
or on Delta State Television or something like that.
Okay,
It was not a general, it was not the usual DSTV thing now. So yeah, that was that. Then Dowry. It was after Dowry that I was invited to the writing room of Hush.
Okay, I'm from Hush, like.
And from Hush, we haven't stopped, though.
So you've not stopped writing from like 2015 to
Not
2021.
not once have they said, "Oh, Fifi, you look like you deserve a break. Go and sleep." No, they haven't allowed me
But you're
to sleep.
Are you enjoying the journey?
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's torture, but it's torture that you enjoy. Even when I'm like, oh God, I want to break down. I think I have a headache. I'm going to die here. But the story still comes out. Yes.
Okay. I also quickly go back to what you said about working in the oil and gas and writing. So would you recommend having a day job and writing full time? Is that something you want someone to hear?
It depends on the person. How good are you with adversity? Like, how good are you with not having money in your pocket?
Adversity?
Yes, it's adversity now. How good are you with looking at your bank account and seeing 0.40, like 40 kobo? If you can go through those moments of not having, I feel like, and you are fine with not having, then you can do this full time. If you're not great with not having, like if not having money affects your self-esteem, please get a job. I feel like people have different routes to this thing. There are people who have full-time jobs and write. You can't write as much because of your full-time job, but there are people who have full-time jobs and write. And then there are people who are like, damn you, full-time job. I'm not doing nothing. I ain't working for the man. I'm going to, yes. There are people like that who just decide, okay, yes, let's just face this writing and do it.
Okay. Cool. So from 2015 now, we're here in 2021. You're a head writer for, am I allowed to talk about the third time? Should people know that it's the third time?
Yeah, well, yes, I'm head writer for the third time.
Okay, so this is where you tell us what a head writer is, and just now, this is where you're actually going to just talk a lot. The journey to being a head writer.
I feel like I've been talking a lot already, but because you told me that we were co-hosts and I've been doing all the talking.
Well, you're a great co-host. Now, this is for the people that want to write.
Okay.
The whole, English. Hierarchy, yes, getting there. Because this is 2015 to 20, this is 6 years now.
Yes.
Exactly. So let them know that you just enter and you become a head writer, or you just don't fly to the top. So yes.
Yes, but it's like in every organization there are processes and there are steps and there are positions.
They don't believe that exists with creative work. They think anybody can just enter because you had a dream of a story.
I'm so happy for the people that believe that. You can just enter and do anything. I'm
they
so
don't
happy for
see
you.
it as work. They see it as, you're just writing. It's just writing.
Yeah, because I feel like there are some organizations that are doing things right. And there are some that just allow everybody just come in, do whatever you want to do. But in certain organizations, and it's the same way it works in places with structure.
Yeah.
So you can't go to a Hollywood and say, oh, I want to enter a writing room as a head writer. What have you done before? Like, who are you? Who's your father?
Yes.
That kind of thing. Like, so there are places with structure, and one of the organizations that I work for, Africa Magic, DSTV, they follow the structure. So sometimes you don't even need to enter the writing room. You can just be an auxiliary writer where all you do is you see the breakdowns and you write a script.
What's a breakdown?
Hey God, oh, where do we start?
Because people only know script. So
okay.
When you say breakdown, let's quickly
so
clarify.
when we do series, especially long running series or even your 13 episode, your Insecure, for example, that has 6 episodes or 10 or 8. Yeah, so your Netflix shows that have 8 episodes and you see different writers per episode. They don't just write from the inspiration that they have from the Holy Spirit. No, there's a structure. So there are documents that are given to people. Where do we start this gist? Because I feel like, okay, so let's start from the beginning. When you have a story, like there's a pitch and a pitch that is liked by the higher ups, those are the people that pay for what is going to be on TV. You pitch a story like Ali and Simbi went to the market, Simbi fell down, Ali fell in love, and they lived happily ever after. You have pitched a story and they're like, oh, we like it. From there, that story goes into what is called a workshop. A workshop is a gathering of writers who are good storytellers. What they do with your story is that they pick it apart and grow it back together. So you might have had Ali and Simbi go to the market. Simbi fell down, Ali fell in love, and they lived happily ever after. What happens at workshop is they question things and they build on things. Who is Ali? Why would Simbi falling down make Ali fall in love?
Yeah.
We argue about a lot of things. We add other characters. Oh, Ali's father, bamboo. So, like, that's how stories grow in a workshop where writers throw their ideas and things. Now, those workshops are usually run by head writers who can vet ideas. Oh, this works. This doesn't work. Okay, so what if we did it like this? So the head writer steers the conversation into building a story. And another thing that happens at workshops is that we break this story into episodes. So in episode 1, Ali is a guy that was going to work, and then this is what happens, and this happens, and that happens. So those are the what we call story beats, different happenings in the story that still lead us to what we know is Ali and Simbi fall in love and live happily ever after. But because we have 13 episodes, let me use the example of Insecure. I knew from the first episode that Issa and her boyfriend were going to have issues. I mean, the guy was sleeping on the couch.
Yeah.
So let's say the end goal was to take them to that period where they broke up.
Yes.
So what we were following was the story up to the period where they broke up. So we know they are going to break up. But
So
how?
the how.
Why?
Yeah.
So those are the things that we do beats for, leading to our desired end. So from the workshop, that work is now given to story editors, a story team, story editors, and the head writer. They sit down and they start saying, oh, we create a document, which is an episode, where the story is written in like prose form. So it's written like a storybook, kind of, where you're like, okay, so Ali woke up in the morning and he brushed his teeth and then he decided that he was going to go to the market. Then that's scene 1. On the way to the market in scene 2, he was driving and an Okada hit him and he came down and he noticed this beautiful girl, Simbi. That's scene 2. So things like that are now what we call breakdowns.
Yeah.
Where we say what in prose form, what is going to happen in the episode from scene 1 to scene end. Now, those breakdowns are what the writers get. So the writers are not coming up at that point with the story. The story is given to them, episode 1, from the beginning to the end. Now, what they do with that breakdown is they write a script.
Yes. This explanation is very, very important because people think writers just wake up and write the episode and just be going.
Yeah, some people do that now. Some people actually wake up, write episode and just be going. That's why their shows are the way they are. Sorry, guys. But yeah, so there are a lot of steps before you see the story on TV. There are a lot of steps.
Okay, thank you. So have you only focused on writing? But I know you've directed.
Yes, I have.
And you still want to direct.
Yes,
more.
I do.
So have you done like producing? More talking. Just be talking.
Hell. Okay, so yes, I have done producing. I produced One Chance, Danny TV's One Chance. I produced
Is it still on YouTube?
Yes, it's still, I think, can check, but I think it's still there.
Okay.
One Chance is still, I think it's still there. I've done a lot of production work. Early when I started this, I was doing a lot of production work, but now because of the responsibility of being a head writer, I have been stuck writing.
Are you crying out for help?
If you can't hear my SOS, then you're not listening. Yeah, so I've been writing. I've been mostly writing for a while. Was it last year or 2 years ago? I got to direct Man of Her Dreams.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago. So, there was Corona started last year.
Guys, watch Man of Her Dreams on YouTube.
Yes, watch Man of Her Dreams on YouTube. It's a fantastic web series. If I do
wrote
say
it
so
though.
myself. If I do
wrote
say so myself, it's a fantastic web series. So I got to direct Man of Her Dreams. And there are other projects that I will produce and direct once I'm free, guys. Because right now I'm a prisoner.
She's not, though. You people.
I'm not a prisoner. I enjoy what I do. I love what I do. Please don't fire me.
Thank you.
I love what I do. I actually love what I do.
Okay. So as a head writer, like, so you mentioned you workshop with other writers. So how do you decide?
You're about to ask a bad question. That's why you're laughing.
I'm sorry.
You're about to be evil.
No.
How do I decide?
I've had these questions down since December.
Bonnie question.
So how do you decide, like, okay, this is the person I want in my work?
Goodness.
In my writer's room.
So all the people that have rejected will now look for me.
No. See.
Okay, so
when we talk about acting, we said the whole thing of you may not be for a role and all that thing. So how do you decide this is the person I want in my writer's room, and how do you keep the relationship going in the writer's room?
Okay, I love good storytellers. But apart from being able to tell a story, you need to be able to get along with people. You need to be a team player. So there are people who are great storytellers, but the fact that their egos are bigger than their mouths makes them just like in a normal work environment.
Yeah,
you can't work for somebody and be making mouths, or like you can't be difficult to work with. So if you're, and everybody knows that if you're difficult to work with, if you're a bad person,
Yeah.
Like if you are a person that people cannot be around, because workshops are intense.
Yes.
And we're there for 2 weeks tops.
Yes.
We're living together. So if you can't live with people, you can't manage it. You can be a great storyteller. You can,
because people think it's just all about, I mean story. I can tell story from my sleep. That's good though, but
you can be a great story. You can be a fantastic storyteller, but I don't need you coming to break bottle and killing somebody because you're angry.
Yes.
At workshop.
Yes.
So,
And you need to be able to take feedback and not go and strangle someone in their sleep because they said your story did not
because
work.
if I tell you, you need to be, and I think it's humility, because it has been done to me. I believed from the beginning, from the get-go, that I was great at story. And it's not about being great at story. It's not you still need to learn.
Yeah.
So from the get-go, I've received, do you know, pitch sessions, Fatimah, you know now, you sit in front of people who have been doing this for years, and then you pitch a story, and they're looking at you like, what's this nonsense that you're saying? Like, where did you come up with this?
You want to hide your face.
To school? Are you sure you're educated? You have to be able to take feedback and be humble enough to apply such feedback. Not like, they don't understand. These people don't know story now.
I'll show them.
I will show them. I will be big in the future. You people, you want to dull my shine. I mean, my star is bigger than all of you. So no, you need to be humble. You need to know how to take feedback. You need to know how to apply notes, because some people, you give them notes and they never apply it, and you see they say the same thing over and over again. You're like, are you trying to drive me crazy? I just told you to change that thing. So you need to, there's humility. It's, I feel like it's the normal things you use in a work environment. If your boss tells you to do something, despite your feelings about that thing, you do it. But I feel like a lot of creative people are, we are not disciplined. And I say we because I don't want to leave out. So we don't apply discipline to creative work.
Yes.
So when someone tells you, oh, this doesn't work, in your mind you're like, but it works in my head. But I'm telling you that your head is not working. No, I'm not telling you that your head is not working.
What's in your head.
Exactly. We're telling you that for the story, this doesn't work. Now you have to be disciplined enough to say, let me look at the bigger picture over what I think is this great idea that I think I have. And I have had ideas shut down in my 6 years of working with Africa Magic. I've had my ideas shut down. I've felt stupid pitching sometimes. I think I heard a story of someone who was after the pitch session, and they gave her notes and she started crying.
Aww.
And people were looking at her like, oh, it's your first time. Oh, good, great. No, you need to. So it's a lot of character development as well. So it's not just being good at story. Apart from being good at story, you need to be able to tell that story properly. Because if you're going to talk to me, because you're going to gist me your story. So you need to first be able to gist me your story. Then you need to be able to get along with other people. And then work in teams, because we all work in teams. No creative work you can't be an island. You need to be able to work in teams to get the final result.
Okay. I think I almost forgot the next question. But it's about like what you're saying about feedback and someone crying. What's been your own like
With feedback,
that moment where you're like, I don't want to do this again?
I don't know. I think
And this is not only feedback, this is just in general. It's like, yeah,
I
I'm
quit.
looking for career options.
I think getting feedback sucks, especially when you hear that your great idea wasn't so great. I'm trying to remember one that happened to me where I felt hurt. I don't remember right now because my ideas are always good. But feeling like you're not as intelligent, and you finish getting feedback and you go upstairs and you're like, dear diary, someone spoke to me today and I did not like it. I am intelligent. I am loved.
You start doing self-affirmation.
I'm self-assured. I am beautiful. I am great. No, yeah, it's you have to work on yourself. So yeah, I have had those periods where I have had to question if I was actually good at what I was doing, and asking myself if I was delaying the rest of my life because of this job. Am I supposed to be here?
Yeah.
Plenty times. What am I doing here? Am I supposed to be here? You guys, do you know how many degrees I have? So yes, I have had those moments.
What stopped you from going ahead with using those degrees? Like, why didn't you just pick them up and be like, you know what, I'm done?
I love writing.
Aww.
It's a curse and a blessing. I actually love writing, and the fact that I make money from writing is not everybody, and I appreciate the fact. I understand my privilege. It's not everybody that makes money from writing.
Yeah.
I'm just when people are listening to me now and be like, hey, God. Because there's some...
You guys get paid?
Yeah, exactly.
You guys get paid to write?
Because I hear some stories. I hear some horror stories where the people are like, they're paying us 10K per script. And I'm like, sorry, guys.
Quick pause. Please don't ever collect 10K for scripts. You are not a slave. Please, that is very triggering. Please, go and look for another job.
Them?
I'm sorry.
Are you going to
I will not feed
them?
you, but look for another job. Wait.
No, but I think the best I can say is that there is better out there. So if you're taking 10K per script now, I feel like you should craft the life you want out for yourself. Write it down. That we're taking 10K for script now, but at a point we'll take 100K. At a point we'll take 1 million naira. At a point, just write it down. There's power in writing down what you want. I know that it sounds like something that a motivational speaker or some of these gurus or a pastor would say, but there's a power in having a vision, knowing that I know it's easy for me to say because people are looking at me like that because you have it, but no, there's a power in saying, okay, this is where I am now, and guys, I've been there. You wrote one script, and that one script is the only money you're making that year. I have been there, but there's a power in knowing that here is not the end. So if you're taking 10K for a script now, this is me telling you that where you are now is not the end. As long as you're good, somebody will notice. I now feel like a motivational speaker.
How do you know you are good? I'm sorry. This is just a very...
How do you know you're good?
Because, okay, if you're someone that you've been... Okay, a lot of people don't even know how to get in... Oh God, so many questions. Because I'm going to ask, how do you get into a writer's room and all of that? But okay, let's say, before asking that one, like, you've been writing. All this, I've been writing since I was 5 years old. I've been writing since this is it. How do you know... Aside from self-confidence, well, how do you know your story is good without the writer's room echoing your idea and giving you feedback?
Ladies and gentlemen, you always need to share your ideas. Writing is not something you can do and keep to yourself. You can't say, oh, I'm good because I write in my diary and the story is fitting me. No, you need to be able to share.
My one-man audience.
I think you can't. And I think all forms of arts are meant to be shared. You can't just draw and keep it in your house and say, yes, I'm a great artist. You need to, you can't sing and just be recording and just be putting it under your bed. All forms of art are meant to be shared.
So basically, to be a writer, you need to be vulnerable as hell.
Yes, you need to be vulnerable. You need to be open to people saying, Nyama. Because it's not every episode of our shows that people are like, oh, great. was fantastic.
No now.
Even because audiences are horrible people.
And they're very fickle, so don't rely on them. They'll tell you you're great today and tomorrow they're swearing for your grandparents.
Yes. Today
So-
they're like, oh, this is the best episode ever. Tomorrow they're like, this is boring. What's going on?
Yeah.
And you need to be able to like open up yourself, to be vulnerable enough to not have it determine how you're going to treat the next piece of work.
Yes.
Or how it's going to affect your emotions. Because there are days that you see audience feedback and you're like, oh, this is wonderful. There are days you see audience feedback and you're like, was it that bad?
Yeah.
You people are wicked though. So I think all forms of art, if you choose art, it's painful,
Yeah.
but you get to be judged by other people. You don't get to be judged by yourself. And it's you have chosen this path. And that's the burden that comes with it. It's and I feel like somebody like a doctor now,
Mm-hmm.
you know you're a good doctor if people don't keep dying. It's exactly so.
Doing surgeries this week, nobody died.
Yeah, so it's. I feel they're all forms of even stockbroking. Like they're all forms of where other people determine how great you are at it. It's not an internal. Oh, I'm great.
It's a very thin line between other people determine how great you are, and don't also let those people
Validate you.
Yes.
Yes. You can't. You cannot depend on the validation of the external.
Yes.
It's complicated.
Yes.
Because-
their opinion matters. But
Yeah, but their opinion should not be all that matters.
Yes.
So it matters, but it's not all that matters. So you can't go and jump off third mainland because people said your work is not good.
please guys, don't.
Yes. So it can't be all that matters, but it matters. Art is shared.
Awesome. So now back to that question. How does someone get into a writer's room?
You beg.
Who do you beg? How do you beg? Because a lot of questions that people are asking, especially writers, is, oh, how do I sell my script? How do I produce this? How do I get myself out there? I hate that question, but I understand it.
How do you get noticed? I feel like you need to research the industry that you're going into, find out who the players are, and introduce them to your work. So no, do not send them emails.
I was going to ask, like, do you just say, oh, look, I've written a script, take.
There was a day I got this DM. The guy said, hello, good afternoon. So I have a story. 2 girls walk into a restaurant.
Why?
It was a Twitter DM. I'm not joking. 2 girls walk into a restaurant. One of them realizes that the other boyfriend. I was like, wait, are you serious? So no, don't do that, guys. You find out who the players are. You introduce yourself to them. If they are gracious enough to listen to you, or and then you say, please, can I send you
Yeah.
a sample? And they say yes. Send them a sample. Send your work far and wide. I feel like people are reluctant to share.
Yeah, because it goes back to that thing of nobody wants to put themselves out there. The fear of rejection, fear of being told you're not good enough.
I think we need to read about writers in other countries, because you find out that writers in Hollywood, they keep applying.
Yes.
They keep applying and they keep getting rejected. They get rejected more than even we get rejected
we
over
are
here.
so, I won't say privileged, but
It's
we are
entitlement.
so... Yes.
We're entitled people.
Yes.
Where I feel like Hollywood would have broken a lot of us if we tried to make it in Hollywood. Because you see, I follow this screenwriting group on Twitter, and you see people saying, oh, I've been rejected 56 times, but I finally have a pilot. And you're like, 56 times?
That's it. I'm going to become a chef.
I would have stopped since.
Change my career at 56.
I would be a road sweeper. Like, I would have stopped. I would have stopped since. But, so it shows that we have a very, and I think in all forms and all works of the Nigerian existence, we have an entitlement mentality. We think that things should come to us and things should come easy to us because we do not have a great environment. So everything is the government's fault.
Yeah.
But you're also not applying yourself as much because you feel like things should be easier.
Yeah.
We're having a very tough time in this country.
Yes.
Things should be easier, right?
Yeah.
That is true. But we also have developed a mentality of, I asked once, they said no.
That's it.
I'm not doing again.
I mean, like that person that entered your DM with a whole story, and you
I didn't even answer.
Exactly. So now he's like,
I asked once.
She didn't recognize me.
They said no. I'm not doing again. This thing is too hard. I'm not doing again. It shouldn't be as difficult as this. I'm not doing again. And we all have experienced this. This thing is too hard. I'm not doing again.
Yeah.
This shouldn't be this hard. I'm not doing again. But sometimes just a little more push. Tiny more. You're at the edge of your breakthrough. just small. Just a little more. But we give up. We give up way too easily. We give up. And life is hard. That's the truth.
Because it goes back to some, I mean, there's some writers you see online, they tell you they've been writing since 2003. And you're just like, okay. Like, you want to ask them, don't you want to stop? And you don't want to be that person. But I feel, I won't say we need to be honest, but that whole, you don't have to write. I don't know.
Guys, don't listen to her. You have to write. You're a writer. It's your destiny to write.
No. I'm saying if
don't
it's
give up on your dreams.
How
Don't give
do you
up on
know
yourself.
it's not your thing? Let's be honest.
How do you know it's not your thing? It's not good.
Because there's some people that are better producers than writers.
Yes, there's some people who are better directors than writers.
Exactly.
I have met one. And there's nothing wrong with going into production instead.
Or trying something, because you can't box yourself into that dream and
yes, I feel like writing is one of those things people think that everybody can do.
Exactly.
So that is why you keep at it. But see, if you want to be a chef, and your food is always bad, what do? You find another career.
Exactly.
Right? If you want to be a doctor,
and people keep dying, you go to
or
prison,
you keep fainting at the sight of blood. I can't be a doctor because blood freaks me out. Like, you have to be honest with yourself. A lot of people like, is it not just writing?
Yeah, like everybody just thinks,
if I sit down, I can come up with a story. I can write.
Please do it.
Actually not. Yeah, it's one of those do am if easy kind of things. It's actually not as easy. It's difficult, just as I feel every other thing is. Can you get better at it? Possibly. But yeah, sometimes if it's not working, do something else. There's no shame in it.
Exactly. You need to admit when it's time to walk away from something. But I'm wondering when we'll actually get to that stage where we realize this is a job. It's a job. It may not be in an office, you may not wear suits and tie to go there, but it is a job. Why are you doing your face like that? It's a job. And anyway,
I feel like writing is one of those things people take for granted.
It is.
So you're hired as a writer and you don't treat it as a serious business. So you're like, where's your script? You have not submitted your script and you're not answering the email. You're not ready because if you take, and I feel like if you take anything like you're doing, you can be a carpenter, you can be a bricklayer, you can be a plumber. If you take things seriously, if you have like an excellent spirit, when you apply an excellent spirit to the things that you do, that's when you flourish in that. So if you're a writer, if you start off as an auxiliary writer.
What's an auxiliary writer?
An auxiliary writer is someone who doesn't necessarily get into the writer's room or go for workshops, but you just get breakdowns and you write and you follow the story and you're writing. If you start off on that level and you keep missing deadlines, you don't take feedback, they tell you, oh, you can do better in this place and you don't apply yourself, then I've forgotten the point I was trying to make.
You're talking about like you can start from an auxiliary writer and become like a staff writer.
Yes, you can. No, it wasn't that. It was something about being excellent spirits, being serious at your work, taking it as a job.
Yes.
Yes. So you can start off, if you start off as an auxiliary writer and you're missing deadlines and you're not doing what you're supposed to do at the time you're supposed to do it, there's no way you're going to grow. There's no way the person that is giving you the work is going to recommend you for a much larger responsibility, because there are always ways to grow.
Yeah.
But if they see that you have a nonchalant attitude to everything, I don't care. Okay, you asked me for for my script. I'm not ready. I've not finished it.
Wow.
I will send it to you in 1 week.
Wow.
I'll send it to you in 2 weeks time.
Audacity.
I'll send it to you in 2 weeks. The thing about TV series is that we're working on a timetable. So it's not like a film that we'll wait for you when you're done. We're working on a timetable. Production is shooting, and you can't hold my script captive. So if I say submit it in 2 days, and you're like, oh, I'll submit it in 2 weeks. Okay, fine.
You're owing the production.
No problem. We will meet in heaven.
Okay, fun. Okay, so now this is not a question. This is I already did this before, but we're doing it again. 2 truths and 1 lie.
Oh, God.
See, I told you I'm going to make you talk. You're going to just talk.
I've been talking.
Yes.
I've talked more here than I've talked in weeks.
Don't you feel better?
No.
Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. But yes, 2 truths and 1 lie. So you say 3 statements, and I'm going to guess the truth. I'll be the what? The 1 lie and the 2 truths.
My favorite color is black. I love traveling. My favorite book is Alice in Wonderland.
Okay, the lie is your favorite color is black.
Why? Why? How?
I know.
Oh, God.
Your favorite color is purple.
No, it's pink.
Oh, you changed it.
My favorite color is pink.
Well,
See you.
I sure got it. I sure got it. Okay, so are you any show? What's your favorite show right now? Yeah, that's how to phrase that question.
That's the problem. I don't...
Don't worry, it's leading to somewhere.
Is what am I watching right now?
Yeah.
I'm
kind
watching
of.
The Regulars.
Oh, I saw that. I want to check it out.
I don't particularly like what they did with it. I like it, but I don't like what they did with it because they made Watson a villain, and I'm like, it's not fair. I mean, we love Watson.
I don't even know. Is it a book?
Sherlock Holmes.
See, I'm not into
Dr.
that.
Watson.
I'm not into that.
Oh my God, I feel like hitting you over the head.
Okay.
Yeah, but The Regulars.
Okay, so I'm leading to. It's a very, I won't say a popular question, but a common question for writers. Well, what's you can say, okay, max is 3, but projects that you wish you wrote, either as head writer or as staff writer, but a project you wish you wrote on.
Hamilton.
That's 1.
Les Miserables.
That's 2.
Oh, how many am I supposed to say?
I said max 3, but you can anyone.
Sound of Music.
So you like musicals?
Yes, I do.
Have
Yes,
you
I
ever
do.
written one here?
Not yet, but it will happen.
Yes, guys. We need. Well, we have musicals, but
Do we have musicals?
yes, Waka.
Oh,
Terra
those
Culture.
stage. Those are stage. Yeah, stage. Yes. I want a.
It's like a Sound of Music musical.
Yes, I want a film musical. I want TV show musical, film musical. I think I've seen all the stage ones here. But yes, we need to take it a step in not that because Nigerians we're not very nice people. So imagine a film or a TV show musical now. Nigerians are you are copying High School Musical.
so angry.
You
Even me.
You
I'll be
want
so
to do
angry. Like, why are they
Bollywood.
singing?
Why are they singing exactly?
Leave it for Bollywood.
But there's a way to just trick the Nigerian audience into accepting it. You guys musicals make your lives nicer. You need to get into musicals. You need to be happy.
Do you sing?
I used to sing.
Used to.
Yeah, I used to
Okay.
sing. I used to sing. Yeah, it was a thing.
Have you tried acting? Ooh, yes, you have.
Yes,
Well, have you
I-
tried it like professionally?
No, I haven't.
Do you want to?
I don't think so. I don't like cameras. I don't like the attention. I used to do stage.
Oh.
Not in Nigeria, in church. Then I think yeah, it was a thing where in every finale of the TV shows, I was in Hush finale, I was in Jimeji finale, I was in which other finale? So yeah,
Yeah, man of our
I
dreams.
was
You
in one
had
of
a
my dreams.
cameo.
That's my acting career in a yeah. So things like that, just for the fun. But as an actor, like people recognize you on the street, actor, not for me. I don't even like that people know me as a writer.
But you like that they like your shows.
I like that the shows more than yeah. If you've watched Riona, you've watched yeah, it's great. That is more important to me than you recognizing my name, which is the reason my handle wasn't my name for a very long time.
So in all these shows now, as head writer, do you have any show that's your favorite child?
My favorite child would be Hush.
Why?
Hush was my first 260, and the relationships I got from working on Hush, the friendships, the process was fun. I mean, working with Osang was fun. So yeah, Hush was my first experience. You always remember your first. Hush was my first. Well, Hush was my first, and it was fun. I don't think there has been any 260 as fun to make or to come up with as Hush.
I think is this. Oh God, I don't know if it's so sure. I want to say
I think it's on African Magic.
it finaled last year again on Family. But oh well.
Is there another channel on that Family? No,
Maybe Go TV now
because I think Family is showing Unbroken now.
and Forbidden. Don't even know. It's confusing. But
Let me
okay.
see.
So now, have you done any projects for clout? Like you know it's rubbish, but you're just doing it because let me put my name out there.
Unfortunately, not yet, but it will happen. If you see my name somewhere, don't. I don't know about clout. I'm not really into clout, and maybe I need to. People have been saying, "No, you need to get into clout."
Okay, so
more."
let me define this. So let's say I don't want to say Netflix, but like a huge platform says attaches you as a writer.
Hello?
Hello, wait, let me finish.
What kind of question is this? Hello.
Let me finish.
Okay.
The story is not your own story. Just like okay, like just quickly help us fix this. And you know this script is dead. You know that even if you try all
Hi.
your best, it's dead.
Hi,
But
HBO,
anyway.
please call me.
So
I don't know what this girl is talking about. Amazon,
That's the answer.
I'll work for you.
So when I say cloud, I mean like you know that it will change your career.
Guys.
The
Netflix,
story is shitty.
I'm available. Don't worry, if your story will start off as shitty, but when I touch it, it won't be shitty anymore. What kind of question is this? If HBO called, you will not answer them.
No, because we need to know what's like. You know that thing of are you doing it for the love, the money, the this and all of that.
I believe that sometimes people do things for the money, and you can't.
I'm doing it for the money, guys.
You can't judge. I judge you.
It started off for the love,
I judge you.
love will not pay my bills.
I judge you. You can't judge people who do some work for the money because you need to eat.
Yeah.
You need to eat.
And
Me that I'm
Nigeria
saying
is
I'm
hard.
tired. I'm tired, I'm this, I want to be. Who is going to pay for the trip to Bali? What is going to pay for that trip if I don't work? So no, well, I can't afford to do everything for passion because even Gary is expensive now to drink.
It's true. Oh God.
An egg is 17 naira. One egg is 17 naira.
So guys, you see, egg is expensive. Okay. I don't know if I feel like I'm repeating this question, but we shall see. I need to ask you a most validating moment. I asked the opposite when you felt like you wanted to stop. But this is the opposite, validating like, okay, 2015 to 2021.
This is weird, but I didn't feel like I was doing great until my mom had this experience in the salon. She went to make her hair, and they were showing Riona or Unbroken. And the woman who was making her hair told everybody in the salon. It was just that my mother was making. So the woman who was making her hair told everybody in the salon, like, it's her daughter. It's her daughter that did it.
Aww.
And then my mom came back home and she was like, oh my God, everybody in the salon was saying I should greet my daughter.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And I was like, see this woman. I don't know that I should go back and work in oil and gas. She was like, oh, everybody in the salon was saying I should greet my daughter. They all know you. They know your name. They know. And I was like, okay, cool.
Was that when she became like fully supportive, or has she did she end up warming up after the oil and gas thing?
Well, she did. She watched all the shows, even though, you know, moms are very. I don't know if everybody's mom is like that, but moms are very somehow with telling you you've done well. When they want to tell you sorry, they say, have you eaten? That kind of thing. So yeah, she watched all the shows. She used to talk about them. She said Ofotokun was a horrible man. But yeah, having my mom or my family or people that I knew personally watch shows and enjoy them and be like, oh, like there was a day I was sitting with my family friends, and it was like either Christmas or something, and they're discussing one of the shows, and I was just sitting down there like, these people are not real. When they argue like, no, you should not have done that. No, this whole huge family argument, and I was just sitting down there and they're like, are you going to tell us anything about what's going to happen? I'm like, no, but continue. So things like that, I get my oh, this is great from experiences like that. Yeah.
Okay. So I know writing writing for TV, I feel like in Nigeria is like every day you get feedback. Right now, I feel like right now with the shows going on, Riona, every 8 p.m. you get feedback and everything.
Immediately.
So do you care? Okay, do you care about the audience? Like, should it influence your writing? The audience's opinion?
We write for the audience. No, we write because of them. Not particularly. You always have to share it. You write what you think. It's not, your writing is not determined by what. How am I going to say this now? A lot of people think, and this is something that trips me on Twitter, when people are like, oh, it's because we said it, they changed it. Guys, we are 100 episodes ahead of what you just watched.
And right now we finished writing.
Yes,
we are done.
It's not because of what you said that we changed it. So we write because we write for them to enjoy it.
Yeah.
But we don't particularly write because of their opinion of it. We write what people we always want you to enjoy. Is like, if I cook for you, I want you to enjoy the food. So soup is sweet, that kind of thing. So you want to cook you want to create and make what people will enjoy.
Yeah.
What you trip them. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. But in your creative space, you're not particularly writing because you think that, oh, person A will say, oh, you people did good.
Okay.
But we're writing for you to enjoy it.
Like, does that rule follow for like even for film writing? Because you have the film writing that is also like very audience and product heavy.
Okay, so there's this little phenomenon lately where people are like, oh, Nigerians like comedy.
Exactly.
And it's one of those things where you're like, do you do things for the money? So the movies in the cinema that are making box office successes have one thing in common: comedy
and ensemble
and some particular faces,
yeah.
Right? So it's a thing, and you understand why people are doing it. You like, they're not even lying to you about why they're doing it. Money is good, guys. Let's not treat money like a demon. It's a great, money is good. So if they're doing it for the money, great. There are no judgments here.
And as long as they're also aware they're doing like they own it with their chest.
I think most people actually do. I don't think there's anybody who is lying to themselves saying, this is great art. I mean, this is elevated material.
Sure.
No, I don't think anybody's lying. They're making comedy because that is what Nigerians seem to have.
Where did that thing come from? Like, who slapped that label on us? That because it annoys me because we write on shows that are not exactly funny shows.
Yeah.
And I feel like I want to blame the Nigerian audience for not expanding also because they don't watch TV.
A lot of people are set in their ways.
So I'm wondering where that label came from, that Nigerians only like or watch comedy. We don't do deep stories. Like, who started it? Like,
I think it's fallacy, but I feel like the numbers also tell. People who are saying it have seen the numbers. If you put a comedy in the cinema and then you put this film noir or you put this whodunit or you put this dark mystery, Nigerians generally will go at the cinema.
yeah.
The numbers show it. They will see the film that will make them laugh.
Is it because it's funny or because of relatable? Because even when we try to do whodunit, we don't make it relatable we're using Oyinbo terms. We'll be wearing a fedora hat and using magnifier to do investigation in a Nigerian setting. So are they going for relatability? Like, okay, I get it. I get
That's
this
also a
film.
fault on our part too. Maybe we don't Nigerianize stuff enough.
Yeah.
Like on one of the shows on TV now, the whole Officer Sadolo thing. He's a relatable Nigerian police officer.
Yes.
Because even the way he talks, even the way he acts, the things he says, you're like, this man must have lived in the police force before. So yeah, you maybe we're not conscious of Nigerianizing some of these processes or some of these artsy things we want to do. Nigerians are very judgy people. So once they see this thing, it's like, they're copying Oyibo film.
Exactly.
I hate it. I hate it. It makes me want to fight. Like, because there's nothing Oyibo about a lot of things. Some things are general. Some things happen everywhere. But because you've seen it in Hollywood or you've seen it in a film with white people, when Nigerians do, you're like, oh, they are copying Oyibo people. No, we're not, guys. It's there's some things
Human behavior is
it's
broad.
You would think that is easy. You would think that people should get it, but anyway, it is well.
Okay, so I feel like we've come to the end of this. Do you feel like you've been talking too much? Do you still feel that way?
I feel like we should have ended a while ago.
So it should be 10 minutes. But anyway, so we're wrapping up now. And this is where I want you to tap into your inner aspire to perspire mode. For like a writer out there that is passionate and a writer out there that is looking to be a you.
Please don't.
But like, no, to be honest, okay, to be serious, a writer out there that looking to have a successful writing career. Oh, wait, pause. What would you define as a successful writing career? Your own definition. Doesn't have to apply to anybody else.
This is a deep question. I don't like it.
Answer. Should you said being a writer is being a vulnerable? Answer.
It's a deep question. I don't like it. Because success is determined. My definition of success will not be your definition of success.
And that's fine. But
like I don't think I'm successful.
And that's also okay. So like, do you have any trust? I know you mentioned end goal. Even if you don't want to share it with us, don't worry. Nobody will come on. But like a broad idea of your end goal as a writer. Is it that you see yourself as a showrunner, an executive producer,
Yes, I want to be
media
Shonda
mogul?
Rhimes. I want to be Shonda Rhimes. That's it.
Okay.
I want to be Shonda. When I'm Shonda,
That's what you call.
ask me this question again.
Okay. So that's what you call it.
And I mean international because I know that I have created and written a lot of shows.
Yeah.
Just like Shonda.
Yes.
But the international acclaim to be known all around the world, that if they say Ifeanyi,
Yes.
that name is known in the uttermost part of the world, just like Shonda.
Yes.
So that's the goal.
Okay, so now back to the closing question, closing remark.
Closing remark.
Vote of thanks. But like, so what advice would you give to a writer out there that's looking to do this? Like they are ready. They have the ginger, the passion, the discipline, etc. But like they just don't know how to find themselves in the industry.
I think be ready for failure. Failure shouldn't be foreign to you. Get used to failing. You can't. It's not going to happen overnight. It's a tough road. Not everybody gets there. So get used to periods of failure, get used to periods of questioning yourself, get used to periods of asking, why me? Why is this? Why did I choose this course? How have I brought this upon myself?
Yeah.
But also, get better. You can always get better.
Yeah.
There's no writer that is 100. So seek advice, speak to people, meet other writers, find out what people ahead of you are doing. If you want to be someone, find out what they are doing right, and keep at it. I mean, doors will open. They might not look like they're open now, but if you stand there and knock enough times, doors will open.
Yeah, and it's true. A lot of there's a quote I saw about a lot of screenwriting career is waiting.
Yes.
And learning what to do in that period.
Yes.
Even though it's driving you crazy, but it's waiting.
Yeah, it's tough, and I feel like a lot of creative careers are like that. Not every actor is the it girl or the it boy at the period. There's a lot of
season. It's true.
Yes, there are seasons. There's a lot of background waiting for your time before it is your season.
Okay. Thank you so much.
I feel like this was boring. You made me talk. I feel like this was boring. This was boring, guys. Sorry. Apologies.
I'm not sorry for anything. I don't know why she's apologizing, but me, I'm just really grateful. So thank you for coming here to talk. Thank you, teacher.
Fake co-host. You are fake. You are fake.
Thank you so much, Fifi. And
welcome.
Good luck. Good luck with everything. Good luck on your journey to Shonda Rhimes. Don't worry.
Thank you.
You will out Shonda. Hey, come
I'll
on, sue me.
Shonda. Let's go.
Please don't find me.
Shonda will not hire you. Shonda, please hire us. We're begging.
I'm actually seriously
begging. We're begging. Like, we're serious. We're begging. We're serious about this. Hi, Shonda.
We will move for work.
Willing to move for work.
Yes.
Willing to relocate and live in your basement for work. Willing
Yes.
to live in a car. Just hire me. Thank you.